All right, so today I found out like I already knew my brother was a real gambler. Like I knew he was a gambling. I knew he had a problem, right? And I could tell when you have a real gambling problem because I understand the knowledge and where you're coming from immediately. Like whenever I hear people's picks, why they did shit, if it's a horrible pick, like the desperation behind it. If you're giving it to me, I understand it. Like I don't think like oh, he has a problem. I'm like, but the parlay could have hit. Like I'm always on the other end. I always see why you did place the bet, never why you shouldn't have. I never see that. All right, so I reach out to. I'm like waiting for Timothy to hit me back with updates about my dad, because he's in the hospital.
Right.
I get an update around him about an hour ago. It's the first update I've heard from Tim since my dad's been in the hospital. It's literally over under on players that are playing tonight. It's not even about my dad, dog. And it says if I want to get like a fantasy pick to use his referral code on Underdog Fantasy. On an Underdog Fantasy. And I said, bro, you are a full-fledged gambler. How is dad doing? He fine. When you go do this, when you go lay down this parlay with me, it's over for him, man. He's cooked. He's cooked, man.
It's fucking hilarious.
Yeah.
It's done.
Good morning, good morning. You are now tuned into another edition of It's Too Early for All That. I am your humble host, Jay, filmmaker, animator, and your guide to everything under the sun. I've got coffee in hand, excitement in my heart, and I'm ready to kick the day off with some fresh, hot takes. And I'm joined by none other than my ride or die, my right-hand man, Lee. How are you doing today, sir?
Ultimate Spider-Man.
Oh, I'm Peter. I'm not Spider-Man at all.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Speaking of crying themselves to sleep, Mahershala Ali is probably not having a good day as the upcoming Blade movie has been delayed indefinitely and no longer has a release date. It's been removed from the 2025 release schedule, and Disney has put the upcoming Predator Badlands instead. So what do you have to say about that? What are your feelings on the new Blade probably never coming out?
They own Predator?
They own Hulu, which owns Predator.
Okay. No, I didn't know that. That makes sense. That's why Prey came out on there. No, yeah, like I was saying earlier. This has been canceled / shelved. They're just announcing it today. Like it's been in development hell for forever. I mean, they probably didn't even know what to do with it when they had that thing in the Eternals. They didn't have his voice like coming in when they were teasing that one scene where they were teasing Kit Harington coming in as Black Knight when he was touching the Ebony Blade or some shit like that. His voice he had a voiceover, and then they were like, Eternals, well, we're not gonna do anything with that. That's done. Y'all seem to have not liked that. Yeah. No, I don't feel any type of way.
You don't feel any type of way?
No.
I'm happy. Personally, I'm super happy. I'm super happy. I didn't see Mahershala Ali as Blade. I never saw it.
Same.
I didn't see it. In my head, there's only one Blade, and there's only ever gonna be one Blade. And I want Wesley to come back. And you should have heard the theater in Deadpool versus Wolverine when he walked on screen. Women cried, children pissed their pants, and grown men wept and dropped to their knees. And I was beyond happy, bro. That was just my reaction.
Well, no, I'm still down for a different Blade. Just
we don't need another Blade. No. We need the same way that they gave us an older Wolverine. That's what I want. I want them to close out the story with Wesley. I want Wesley to get a fat ass paycheck. I want Wesley to get paid. I want him to get another go at it on screen, and I want maybe a swan song type movie. I don't care. Or a good film. I don't really care. But I want to see Wesley as Blade. I don't want to see some young bull as Blade and then it be a bad version, bad iteration of it. There's so many other black superheroes we can do that Marvel has in their arsenal alone. So yeah, that's my feeling on Blade. I feel like it's almost like Wolverine. I just can't see anybody else doing it, and I don't want to see anybody else doing it. So yeah, that's my how I feel.
I disagree. That's the end of my thing on that. I mean, I feel like there could be another Blade. I do agree with wanting like that last closing movie for Wesley Snipes, but besides that, I feel like there could be a different universe, like Wesley MCU proper Blade. I just don't know who the fuck it would be.
All right. So former Abercrombie and Fitch CEO has been arrested on allegations of sex trafficking. So Mike Jeffries was arrested for the alleged crimes on Tuesday morning. He's the former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, and he's been accused with over a dozen alleged counts of human sex trafficking, basically throwing Diddy party freak-offs with young men for older men to have their way with. It just seems like every day the Cat Williams interview was more of a precursor to this year than it was an actual interview. I don't know. I mean, what are your thoughts on this?
All lies will be exposed 2024. No, yeah, I mean, it seems to be every month. It seems to be working out that way. There's a new one every month, whether it's some YouTuber or someone who's like a celebrity prop or someone who's in an industry. I'm not surprised when it comes to the whole Abercrombie and Fitch thing. Look into the Hollister, whoever the fuck started that next. Because I remember back in high school when those stores were popping off, you just walk in, it smelled like sex trafficking. That's how I feel about it. No matter where you stood in that store, you always felt like you were in the way. They were always spraying that fucking cologne in the air. Those documentaries came out. Apparently, they're saying like, if you're black and you work there, either if you even got the job in the first place, they were like getting a back Negro. They were never to be trusted. That's my stance. They're Abercrombie and Fitch and Hollister. They're like Ronald Reagan. We're never to be trusted in the first place. Bunch of fucking sex pests, fucking sex traffickers, fucking, they were on the island. Check the logs. Epstein Island.
When no one knows anything, they just say check the logs. That is the ultimate, like, I don't know anything, I can't say anything. Yeah. It's the new no comment. It's the new no comment.
Check the
logs. Check the logs. I can't say anything more. You know, they're tapping my phone. But I'll say this about Abercrombie. Brandon's my older brother. He's handsome, really handsome. And around 2009, 2010, he was working at Abercrombie right after he got out of the Navy. And he kept like going up for the magazine shoots because there's like a catalog that they have where they take like the most handsome guys and you kind of go to like their headquarters and you meet them and you meet everybody. The way he made it sound, I ain't gonna lie, even back then I kind of was like, dog, I don't think you want that. But he was like, nah, I want it, man, because they're gonna pay a lot of money. And I know my brother, like I know Brandon. He's not gonna let somebody fuck him. You know, he will literally kill everybody in the room. And then be telling the story on the court case and be like, Your Honor, they was all trying to fuck me in the ass. What did you expect me to do? You know, like, so I could tell that probably the people at work, because he was up for it, he kept getting close, but he never could get it. And then it was always like, and I can tell you where it was. It wasn't the photos. It wasn't the visuals. It wasn't having like the bright body and all that, because he always stayed like eating right and working out. It was always when they got to the questionnaire part. And then my brother,
because I know Brandon can already picture it.
You know, my brother, he's got a lot of screws that aren't loose, and he can't. When he thinks he's playing like sane, he sounds really crazy. Because that's the best way to like describe him. He thinks he sounds good to a sane person, but a sane person clearly sees they're talking to an insane person. But he's like, I'm really fooling them, and that person will go, this motherfucker's crazy. So our deal was when
can I say something real quick to like explain to people? No, it's like one sentence. It's like though they look at him and it's just like, did he invent narcissism? Like, this is the nigga, right? This
it's great. That's like literally nail on the head, right? Because it's like whenever we started going to my brother and I, we were trying to like sell a screenplay, and we started going into meetings with people, and we would always figure out like who should talk. We would look at each other when we enter the room. Who should talk based off the energy of the person? If the person was like throwed off or like fucking crazy or rude, I let Brandon talk to him because they would be like rude to me. I wouldn't know how to match the energy. But if the person was like a soft woman or like, you know, really nice, or he would let me do the talking. But like, I remember one time we were in a meeting and it was like a guy, and this guy was like, his sister was somebody who was famous, but he was off. I remember I was in the middle of the meeting. it was a meeting that was supposed to be an hour, but it went like 3 hours because my brother and him hit it off. And I was like, these niggas are crazy. Like, both of them are like fucking crazy because they both started trading stories. Because my brother was in the military, so he got some confirmed kills. But they both started trading stories about the moment they had taken someone's life. And I said, how did I get in this fucking room? Like, how do I get out of this conversation? I'm just like at a table, they're just like trauma dumping on each other and being like, yeah. I'm just like, oh man. So anyways, I said that to say about the Abercrombie and Fitch thing. I'm not surprised in the least. Abercrombie and Fitch stores have always felt like the best of the best, and that they could easily human traffic the best looking men, the best looking women. And the photos always had that gaze of like a gay man behind the camera. It never felt straight. So I could totally see the CEO, who looks like a weirdo, sex trafficking these men for other older creepy gay dudes that were rich, that have sex with them and do Diddy freak offs. So I hope that guy likes prison or starts snitching, because those are his only two options at this point, bro. I'm really happy with the results, and I'm glad that people that were taken advantage of or human sex traffic, I hope that they get their time in court, and I hope that they're able to point the finger and get paid, because that is some awful shit to have to contend just because you wanted to work and show off your body. You know?
Yeah, I mean, they should have known something was going on when Bryan Singer was at every rap party for any new release.
I'm studying to shoot the new X-Men. I need to be here.
The last X-Men movie came out in like 2009. It's 2022. Why are you here, Mr. Singer?
We're rebooting. Speaking of rebooting, Draya Michele accused of gold digging after flaunting Jalen Green's new mega deal. So if you don't know who Draya Michele is, she's one of the basketball wives. She was never a basketball wife. She was always a basketball girlfriend. She got pregnant by Jalen Green. He's a young player. He plays for the Houston Rockets, young star basketball player. There's a 17-year age gap between them. And she's flaunting his money because he got a 3-year, $106 million contract. She's doing money spread on Instagram with his money and just being like, I'm super proud of you, babe. All the stuff we did together, got you to this point. But mind you, he was already a superstar when they started dating. So I don't know. What are your thoughts on this?
Finally made it to the show, did you, Miss Michele? Finally made it to the show. After, maybe about a decade or so of working it out. Because I didn't know it was Draya Michele. You didn't say the name at first. I'm familiar with her. I've seen some of her work. I am a fan. Congratulations to her and Miss Brittany Renner, who made it to the show before her. I hope to see many more of you fine ladies make it to the league. Great work, fantastic job. Keep spreading it. That money spreading it. That is not. Whoa, let's.
Man, at the end of the day. At the end of the day, man, if these guys that have this much money, this much access to any woman, if they choose that, if they fall for that trap, I don't feel sorry for them, at all.
She loves him.
If they fall for the trap, that's on them, And if you know what? I don't know. I've watched Basketball Wives. Maybe she really likes him. I don't know. But I know she likes the $106 million contract a lot.
Who wouldn't?
So, yeah, who wouldn't? So that's on him, man. I don't feel sorry for any of these guys. Fellas, fellas, this is a question for the fellas. Leave it in the comments section. Do you feel sorry for Jalen for getting used, or is it good to simp? Is it good to simp?
Why are you saying it like that? He's going to be a father.
He's already a father.
Oh, wait. He has a kid already? His children?
Kid with her.
Oh, one that's already born?
It's already born, man.
Wait, how many kids does he have?
Just one. I think he's like 23, 24.
Oh, okay. No, because I got confused. So he's already had the kid, but I mean, it's news because of the contract or whatever?
It's just coming up because of the contract, but their relationship has been in the news since they started dating. Just because the age difference, because it's 17 years.
Oh, okay, so she's already locked that down.
Been locked that down, bro.
Oh, okay, yeah. I mean, 100 mil will make plenty of things dilate. Pupils, other body parts.
Yeah,
it'll do it. No, I did see the trailer for the Brutalist today. It's a good looking trailer.
I saw a trailer for that too.
Yeah, didn't know what the fuck it was about, and then I assumed, is it about brutalism, the architecture, or is he just gonna be punching motherfuckers in the face really fucking hard? But I think it's about architecture.
Oh, that would make a lot of sense because the shots were gorgeous.
Yeah, apparently it's gonna be 3.5 hours.
Yeah, and the trailer was like 90 seconds.
Yeah, and it's
super short.
Yeah, but I don't know. I like the presentation of the trailer. So I watched Red Rocket for the first time yesterday, so my head's still just been on that.
What's Red Rocket?
The Sean Baker movie.
Oh, the one about the guy who moves back to town in Texas?
Yeah. You seen it?
He's a huge I couldn't finish it. I didn't finish it.
Oh, was it like too boring to you, or were you just trying to figure out like what the fuck is this?
I was like 50 minutes into it, and I was like, damn, this shit feels like so not kind of realistic. Like,
yeah.
It felt like,
You've met that guy. That guy.
I know that dude.
Yeah.
He's a loser.
Everybody knows that fucking guy.
I don't want to spend 10 minutes with him, let alone 90 minutes, I mean, that's just how I am with movies. Like, I feel if I know the guy and he's a loser, like, I don't know, maybe I watch movies. I don't know. It just it wasn't boring. It's not the word I would use for it.
Mm-hmm.
I just wasn't, I don't know. I guess that white trash shit, it doesn't entertain me. That white trash. What
you weren't in the mood for? Oh, that shit entertains me. That's like,
yeah.
Because I see that shit, like, I see that shit in real life.
Rob Zombie movies is your shtick?
Nah, not even. I don't think I've even watched one of his things and like really enjoyed it. Unless there's one that I'm forgetting that I saw like way back in the day. But like, yeah.
You ever seen House of a Thousand Corpses?
No, maybe.
That's a good film.
Okay, because I know there's like there was some Rob Zombie film that I saw early on, like early 20s, when I would go to the movies with like a group of friends every week. There was one that we saw that, but I don't remember it. Like a bunch of movies that I saw back then, I don't remember. Like I'll end up watching them.
Oh, you probably saw Devil Rejects.
Maybe that sounds about right.
Yeah, Devil's Rejects.
Yeah,
that's a sequel. That's a good one.
Okay,
but yeah, white trash just doesn't do it for me.
I find it interesting because I always talk to you about whenever we'll have conversations about certain people, and then I always go to my one phrase of what do they do all day, or like I wonder what their day's like. Like what the fuck, you know what I'm saying? When I'm always like, because we'll run into like weird people, or like people who just say like off the wall shit, and then I'm just like, what does he do when he wakes up? Like, what is that motherfucker's day like? And so like I had that opportunity. This movie was like that, so I was like, let me like. So you watch this dude just sort of that you would wonder about, that you would come across in real life, and you go, oh, this is like a peek into that. And then I got to the ending. The ending, like I have like mixed feelings about it.
How did it end?
Okay, spoiler alert for anyone who hasn't seen it yet and is like interested, just in case.
Yeah.
The chick that he's trying to groom into doing pornography, like moving to LA with him and doing pornography, like he's been selling drugs the whole movie. Like that's it, because he can't get a job in town because he was a porn star. And
everybody knows him.
Everybody knows, yeah. So, he tells, like at every interview, he told them that's what he was. And I don't know if that was like a ploy to get them to not hire him so he could have an excuse to not have a job or what.
No, he just was an idiot.
Yeah, but I mean, like, he's a piece of shit. He's a user. So you don't know, like, because the chick that he's staying with, that's his wife that he never got divorced from. Like, that he's trying to do to this new young girl that's 17, who's about to turn 18, the same thing that he did to her back in the day, his wife. Like, he pretty much turned her out, got her into porn and stuff like that. She gets hooked on shit and then ends up back in Texas while he stays in LA. Motherfucker's just a loser. He's a user. So he's trying to do that to her at the end, and then he's been selling drugs this whole time. And the woman that he gets drugs from, her and her family are cool with his wife and his mother-in-law's family. So when the main guy tells his wife, like, yo, I'm going to move back to LA, all this other shit, after they've sort of been like rekindling shit, she doesn't say anything. She just leaves it alone. And then like it cuts to him being woken up in bed by like the woman that he's been getting drugs from, kids, like getting ready to fuck him up, going like, yo, they like, your mother-in-law called our mama, told us to come over here, get your shit, you getting the fuck out. Where's the money at? Where's the drugs? We taking all this shit. And they make him get the fuck out of the house that he's been staying in, like with his wife. And so she gives him $200 for a bus ticket. He had $3,000 or something like that he was gonna take for him and this young girl to like go to LA, and where he could like eventually turn her out, start that fucking cycle over again. He's left with $200. He walks all the way to her house, and then at the end, it's weird. You can tell this isn't actually happening. It's like he's fantasizing about it. The 17-year-old girl opens a door, and she's like dancing in this bikini and red lipstick to "Bye Bye Bye" from who's "Bye Bye Bye" from the Backstreet Boys.
NSYNC.
It's NSYNC.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, from NSYNC, and that song plays like a big role throughout the movie. The movie starts with "Bye Bye Bye" playing when he's like on the bus to Texas, and he's all fucked up, and then his wife is singing "Bye Bye Bye" as he's about to get fucked up by like the drug dealer's family, as they're getting him the fuck up out of the house and like taking the money from him and shit, and the drugs from him. So like I would have to watch it again to figure out what it fully means. But yeah, that ending, I was just sort of like, is someone gonna tell him about himself? Is she just gonna say like "fuck you"? Like the 17-year-old girl, is she just gonna say "fuck you"? I'm not going, or like I see what you're trying to do, or whatever the fuck. No, it just ends like that. She opens the door in a bikini, dancing to that song, and it's just him looking at her, and then it just cuts to credits. But you can tell that it's not actually happening. It was a weird movie.
Dead. Maybe he died.
That's what I was thinking. But like, because there was like this one weird scene with this with the neighbor where, because I didn't know if this was gonna play in at one point, but this neighbor just always says shit. Where they're out in like I don't know if it's called a marina or what, but like they're looking at this body of water, and then across the way, his neighbor is just like, you know what that is over there? He's like, that's them, the Texas. Those are the Texas killing fields. For anyone that doesn't know, the Texas killing fields is like this long stretch of land in Texas that's like undeveloped, where most serial killers in the state just like dump bodies and shit.
Oh, well then that's what it was.
But like there was nothing to insinuate that. You know what I mean? There was nothing where like a car stopped in front of him and then like some weird shit happened. There was nothing like that. You just see him walk to that. Because I had the same thought, but I was like, there's nothing there to lead you to think that he's just dead. Except for like you hear flies during the credits, but it's like, it's Texas. You hear flies everywhere around here, anywhere that there's fucking grassland. So I don't know, but overall, I fuck with the movie.
He died, bro. He died.
Nah, but yeah, or like I was thinking, like the "bye bye bye" thing is just like either the cycle starts over, or he went up to her and then she was just like, "No, I changed my mind. Like this isn't happening." Like, and the cycle does.
I want to watch the last 45 minutes now just to tell you he died, but from the sounds of it, sounds like he got his comeuppance.
Maybe, but there was nothing in there that make you think that he did. You know what I mean? You'll like, if you watch it, let me know. But you'll see, because it's weird. I had that same thought, because I was like, is he just gonna get killed? Like, what the fuck happens? But I think it's just, that's it. And I like that Sean Baker, like the way that he does shit. It's like there are no lessons in his shit.
Yeah,
it's just like
day in the lives.
Yeah, just day in the life type shit. And then like I fuck with that. It reminds me of
Tangerine?
No, I have not seen that yet.
It's a pretty good one. It's a pretty solid film. He's got a new one that just came out recently. It's like just opened in theaters. But Tangerine's really solid. It's about two trans hookers in LA.
I've seen clips.
He shot it. Yeah, it's a solid film. I like it.
He shot it on a phone, didn't he?
He shot it on a phone. Shot it on an iPhone.
Yeah.
It's just about day in the life. Like literally just a day in their life.
Because I know he did that. He also did the Florida Project.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And another,
day in the life. Yeah, day in the life. Just showing real people, real situations.
That's why I like his shit, because it's like it's like another Harmony Korine type thing.
Yeah.
I love films like that. Yeah, like people might think I'm like talking shit about him whenever I talk about him, because they'll be like, "What'd you think of it?" I'll just be like, "It was a film."
Well, that sounds like very condescending. I mean, why would you say it like that?
Because there's nothing. Because like the people that ask me that, they don't. I know I'm not. Okay, here's what I'm used to. Anytime they ask me about that, I'll try to explain the movie to them, and then they always hit me with, "Well, then what was it about?" And it's like, I just told you. But like, it's never good enough for them. So that's why after a while, and this is what happened. This is why I started doing that from like my early 20s onward. I would explain it to them and just be like, I really liked it. And they'd be like, well, why'd you like it? Because it seems like nothing happened. And it's just like, well, it's just fun to look at. It's fun to like just be in that. And it's like, okay, so that ending, like what happened? And it's like, I told you. Like, and so now I just go, I started doing this from, I remember specifically what movie I started doing this with Spring Breakers. After that, because I don't know, like you can't, describe that movie to people. You tell them what it is, and then
kind of let them experience it.
Yeah, and so like after that, I just started saying, well, like how was it? I'd be like, well, it was a film. I didn't even think that would come across as condescending. It's for me, it sounds more like you got to watch it for yourself because I can't explain to you what the fuck it is.
That's very snarky, dog. That's very snarky.
In what way?
It was a film.
Yeah, but I mean, in what way? Like, what do you?
Okay, if the director walked over to you and said, "Hey, man, you just saw the world premiere of Spring Breakers. What'd you think of it?" Well, it was a film.
I don't do that. You're doing it like a fucking mo.
Come on, man. This is a snarky answer. It's a snarky answer.
I say is it was a film. It's not a snarky answer.
It's a snarky answer. It's snarky.
Okay, so you describe it then.
I don't want to describe Spring Breakers.
Exactly. So fuck you. Yeah. Fuck off.
All right, so this has been another episode of It's Too Early for All That. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so you don't mix the next answer, the next episode, and the next time Fulton hits you with a snarky ass answer.
It was a podcast.
Okay, so I heard that they're remaking The Warriors, and you know how excited I am about The Warriors, right?
Yes.
So it's like Lin-Manuel Alvarez or Miguel, or the guy who wrote Hamilton, the genius behind that play.
He's directing it?
Hold on. Okay, and he's hold on, man. Hold on, man. Bro, this one's bad, bro. I'm finna. All right. Okay. So I hear Lin-Manuel Miranda. Lin-Manuel Miranda is he's writing it with another playwright called Issa Davis, Pulitzer Prize finalist. Whatever. I don't care. I don't speak theater like that. I'm not a theater kid anymore. Doesn't make my heart sing, So I hear they go, oh, we're making a concept album for the Warriors. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. Maybe they couldn't get the budget for a film. So they go, we're just going to do, if Warriors was a Broadway play. And I go, okay, maybe it could work. West Side Story was a good play. Maybe it could work. And it's literally about, it's based on the 1979 cult classic film Warriors. I go, all right. And then they start talking about the changes. So they made all the Warriors from men, they turned them all into women. All right, so I go, okay, all right, I'm still with you. Maybe the song. And then look, hold on. This is the quote. They said, the gender flipping allowed us to angle in on the sexism and homophobia in the film and make sure that we left it in 1970. We're in 2024 here. Now, if you don't know, The Warriors is about a bunch of 13 to 17-year-old young men that were in New York trying to be men, machismo. And
angsty,
they literally angsty. They find out overnight, we're not men. This shit is crazy. And they find out they're not adults. Overnight, life snaps the moment Cyrus gets murdered. And you got to listen to the NPR page with the story, and they give you like clips of the songs. What's the gif from The Godfather? Look how they massacred my boy.
Look at my boy.
Look how they massacred my boy.
Is that the same thing? It's just brand recognition right now,
bro.
Hey, this is like one of those things. Because like I'm one of the I'm like one of the wokest motherfucking
that's woke. Now that, my friend, is woke.
Like that, like okay, because usually when people complain about shit like this, I'm just like, fuck you, not even get over it. It's just like you don't see what they're trying to do. This is so or when they change genders and shit like that, it won't fuck with the theming of the story and shit like that. This is one of those instances where it absolutely does.
100%.
That's what The Warriors is about. That's what it's about. Yeah. So but
the movie is a masterpiece. The movie The Warriors is a masterpiece, bro.
I short-circuited. I got nothing else.
Yeah, it's a masterpiece, bro. And it's a story that kind of helped me understand who I was as a young man. I saw it at the time I was 13 or 14, and I was like, it's kind of like one of the movies where by the end of it, people, the characters have decided what type of man they want to be.
Yeah.
Some are like, yo, this gang shit is not
well, yeah, that's what it was for me. It was like, oh, I'm not supposed to be out here for real. It's fine that I'm just like,
that by the end.
It's, you know, like, it's like, for me, it was like, I understand why my mom wants me to, like, stay inside, especially where we were living, stay inside and just play video games and shit like that. And also given who my uncles are and where it's just like, she doesn't want that for me or my younger brother and shit like that.
It's crazy.
And it's like, oh, all that's in this fucking movie.
And this weird film that's like 70 minutes. It's just a 70-minute bullet of adrenaline straight to the dome. And they somehow took it and just like made it a theater play.
Yeah, I hope you leave in that very beginning when you were telling me that it was Lin-Manuel Miranda. You got to leave that in, because that's my reaction. That's the honest reaction when you said that, because I was like, maybe it could be good. Like, I was like, first I was like, this is funny just to hear that name associated with this. But then the more you went into it, and then like they changed it from, because I was like, there's still a part of me that was like, when I still thought it was like the Warriors with like the young teenage boys and shit like that, learning about manhood and what kind of men they want to be. I was like, they could still do some like shit with this that I'll be down with.
That's why the PS2 game connected so hard.
Yeah,
because it's a totally different generation. But like, dude, I'm an artsy from the 70s.
Yeah, but it's like, I'm an artsy fuck. Like I
no,
like.
But I'm just
like
saying
that.
That's why the game connected, because it's like,
well, the game connected because it was just a good game.
No, it connected because of the story.
Dude, like,
because of the story.
You played it?
The PS2 one?
Yeah.
Yes, I had it. I bought it.
Oh, okay. Like the story.
It was my favorite movie, and then they said they're making a video game of it. And I was like,
yeah,
holy shit.
I'm still surprised they didn't. Well, never mind. They haven't done a follow up to a bunch of the shit that they did in the PS2 days. Like they were supposed to do a Bully sequel, and then they just scrapped that.
Scrapped it. Yeah, I think Grand Theft Auto. It just makes so much money, bro.
Yeah, that and Red Dead Redemption. Those are there too.
Yeah, but Red Dead Redemption was something like, I'm surprised they took their eye off of Grand Theft Auto just to do that.
Well, that was the second one. That was the first one where they went, fuck it, like not just one studio. We get all studios around the world together to work on one thing.
Red Dead was crazy. The first
That's
one
why
was
so
crazy.
big. That's why 6 is GTA 6. That's going to be the second game where they've done that, where all the global studios, it's not going to be like separate studios working on separate shit. All of them are working on one project. We should be seeing more from that one soon too, because like it's about to be 2025, so they're gonna have more shit to show for GTA 6 soon. Oh shit,
it's gonna be crazy, bro. But yeah,
can't wait for that. I fucking love those.
They butchered my boy.
But I was gonna say for the Warriors thing. Well, I don't want to disagree with you, but it was just because I'm not disagreeing with you. I just story-wise, I didn't remember the story of the game. The game itself was just good to play. I don't remember the story being that prevalent in it. It would just be like, go here, fight these motherfuckers outside, and then like it would open up different areas and shit like that.
Yeah, but it was connected to the movie. It got people into the movie.
It was like a sequel to the movie, wasn't it?
No, it was more of like you play missions around it, and then you kind of, I think there was like missions that you have to run from certain gangs that you run from in the movie. So
yeah.
A couple missions that you do in the movie are inside the game.
Okay, so that part I couldn't remember, because I couldn't remember if it was but I remember a bunch of people that were into the movie, like when I was playing, they were just like, oh shit, it's got, well, it's like you and Scott were like mad into it. I also have it. I have it on PS4 also. Well, yeah, you played it a little bit over here.
Yeah, I played it at your house. Yeah, I love that movie.
Yeah. I need to rewatch that movie. I was too young when I watched it the first time.
They butchered it, man.
Yeah, that's crazy that they're doing that with it. Yeah. That's the first one that you'll get me on, you fucking lames that are just like, I fucking want DI. Blacks! Fucking Jews doing it again. That'll be the first one where I'm like, I'm not going to be standing with you. I'm just going to be like, I can sort of see what you're saying.
No,
I'm not coming to your house.
I'm going to be on the other side with the pitchforks.
Nah, then they come for you next.